It was time for a new adventure, and while my dart shooting skills may have been a bit rusty,
I think I hit Texas.
Yep, that's Texas.
Yep.
I eventually found a target.
Looks like we're going to Llano.
Geographically, where the city of Leesville ends, the town of Llano begins. But historically, it's the story of an experiment that had worldwide influence.
Llano has probably got as much history or more history than any parish in this area over here.
It wasn't long before Llano's strange and unique origin story began to emerge.
Llano was born out of one of those great social experiments that took place in the United States at the latter part of the 19th century and in the early 20th century.
Originally, Llano was a small town named Stables, owned by the Gulf Lumber Company. In 1917, the company sold the property to a California attorney named Job Harriman. He was a one-time candidate for Vice President of the United States and the leader of a socialist cooperative known as the Llano del Rio Colony.
The history of the New Llano colony is one that is both complicated and romantic. An idea that came out of California, found its way to West Louisiana, and grew into one of, if not the largest social experiment of the 20th century. A history that still lives on today.
If I remember correctly, my dad had to pay a membership into the colony, $1,000 for him and $500 for me and my sister.
For many suffering during the Great Depression, a place like the New Llano colony seemed like a utopia where employment was guaranteed. That's how a 10-year-old Bill Burrow and his family found their way from Massachusetts to the west side of Louisiana.
Somewhere or other he found out about this colony. We lived in Massachusetts. He got a man to come with us and drove the car. And we left there on a Sunday, November 15th, 1931. We arrived here in Llano on a Sunday, November 22nd.
Burrow was among thousands who spent time at the colony between 1917 and 1937. Colony life was based off of socialist principles, dreamed up by Harriman in California before he and 200 others found their way to Louisiana. But the colony wasn't exclusive.
You didn't have to be a socialist. As I understand, there just 3 or 4 of the people were socialists.
Their ideas, radical at the time, became social norms after the Depression.
They brought about changes like Social Security, fair labor practices, a 40-hour work week, not using child labor. So when they appeared radical at that time, they were the type of people that led efforts that helped to create life, aspects of life that are better for all of us today.
But the colony wasn't immune to the times, and financial disputes eventually led to the downfall of the utopia of West Louisiana.
Well, they lost it. No, they fought for years and spent a lot of money. They really did spend money that they didn't have, trying, to hire attorneys to fight the system.
Paving the way for the future of the town we know now, but not without leaving behind a rich history. With talk of the town from New Llano, I'm Matt Jordan, News Channel 5, your local station.